So with the NBA draft lottery and the draft coming up after the playoffs, the Pacers are projected to be top 5, and there definitely are some questions on who they should draft, and I think it all honestly depends on where the Pacers land, because their draft pick can land within the 1 to 9 range, essentially. And this draft is going to be very crucial for bottom feeder teams like the Rockets, Magic, Thunder, Pistons, Pacers, obviously, the Kings. And all these teams are going to be looking for a top 4 pick, as this draft is basically a top 4 draft. Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, who we're going to be talking about today, and Jaden Ivey. And most of these players are centers/forwards. And one of the players in Paolo Banchero should be the main target for the Pacers, as he's been showing the ability to score at will, which is something that's going to help the Pacers because they are in desperate need of a scorer on this team. I mean, if you look at it overall, Halliburton and Duarte are pretty much the only 2 scorers. And in today's video, we're going to break it down talking about Paolo Banchero's game and why the Pacers should draft him if they do get the chance. So what's up? My name is Pacers Empire. If you like the video, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And let's get into the video. So if you don't already know who Paolo Banchero was, he's a 6'10", 250-pound forward that played for Duke this season. He definitely showed out this year and is supposed to go within a top 3 for this draft, as he made it to the Final Four this year. He outshined Chet Holmgren and Jabari Smith this year, and making it to the Final Four, pretty amazing. I didn't really watch March Madness too much, but I've seen a lot of highlights from him and what he's been able to do. And I think with his abilities and his skill set, he should be able to go to the Pacers. Now, this all is with saying that the Pacers are landing within the top 3. If they don't land within the top 3, I don't really think they get Paolo Banchero at all. I think more like a Shaedon Sharpe or a Jaden Ivey is more in the works, or even Keegan Murray. But this is all saying that they do land within the top 3. I'm pretty confident they could. I mean, I think the Rockets probably go 1 or 2. The Magic probably 1 or 2. Thunder maybe 3. Hopefully the Pacers 4 or 3, around that range, because they are projected 5. Hopefully they don't drop anywhere near 9, because that's going to be pretty horrible, and they pretty much tanked for no reason. So over the season, he's actually averaging around 17 points per game, 8 rebounds and 3 assists on 48% from the field and 34% from 3. He also added in 1 steal per game. So honestly, his game is pretty okay. I wouldn't say like it's anything too amazing. 17 and 8 as a 6'10" forward, 250 pounds. Great game overall. And pretty much on the roster, I mean, Paolo Banchero, he could definitely play the small forward, even the power forward. Small forward is a little bit of a stretch because he is 6'10", and a little bit slow. I want to say like a little bit slow, but he's decently fast. Slotting him at the 4 alongside Miles Turner, and then running Tyrese Halliburton at the 1, Chris Duarte at the 2, and then whoever we get at the 3. So now the reason I want Paolo Banchero on the Pacers is because he can provide the Pacers with a ton of scoring while also being able to slot in at the 4. Taking a look at the roster overall, there isn't a player who can give you 20 a night. I mean, Halliburton's giving you like 15 and 8. Chris Duarte is giving you around 15, maybe 5 rebounds, I want to say. Miles Turner is going to be like a 12 and 10 guy, maybe like 2 blocks. But none of these guys are a primary scoring player. And I think Paolo Banchero, slotting him into the Pacers lineup, he should be that guy to take all the shots and be that type of guy to score on offense. And him alongside Tyrese Halliburton is definitely an interesting duo, because I think him and alongside Tyrese, the lobs might be pretty interesting each night. And I think they could pretty much play well off each other. So the Pacers are in desperate need of that guy on the roster, and I think Paolo could definitely be that guy. With the Pacers being a pretty small market, I think he could definitely attract some more viewership to the Pacers. Now, I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but I don't know. I mean, the Pacers have been pretty quiet in the last few years, haven't been even remotely close to the finals. I think with Banchero and a bunch of offseason moves, they should be able to get at least within the play-in, or at least the playoffs, I hope. With this type of team, I mean, Halliburton, Duarte, Miles Turner, and Banchero should be a pretty great roster right there. So you can even run the offense through him, as he can take you off the dribble and get past you, or even have him run the point guard for some possessions, as he averaged 3 assists as a forward. I wouldn't really run him too much at the point guard. You know, I'd mostly run him off ball, which is definitely his stronger side, but he definitely could run some possessions if you wanted to. Just give Halliburton some rest. But the Pacers would definitely benefit from Banchero, as he would be that main guy alongside Halliburton, like I said. And the idea of Halliburton and Paolo Banchero would be pretty interesting. So the only real downside to his game is that his health and defense are pretty much his 2 biggest weaknesses. Defense shouldn't really be a problem. You know, you can develop defense in the league with a ton of work and effort in the offseason, but his health is definitely a huge issue. I think his health condition was like he sweats too much and then it causes him to like lose pounds or something related to that. I'm not too sure what all the specifics are, but it was something around the lines of that. So if that keeps going on, I mean, if that affects his ability to stay on the floor, that's definitely a huge question mark. And the Pacers could be looking to get either Chet or Jabari if Paolo isn't able to stay on the court. So if they can somehow figure out this issue, I think there was a liquid that he drinks during the game to keep his sweating. I'm not too sure what it was about, but it was a liquid that he drank to help with his condition. And if he's able to stay healthy and stay on the court, then I think he should be fine. But that health issue should definitely be something to be alarmed about. So with Banchero on the roster, the Pacers could definitely make the play next season. And I think they could make the playoffs, as I think with their roster, with Banchero on it, it definitely would be solid enough to be maybe a borderline play-in. I'm not even too sure what's going to be happening next season because Halliburton, I think he could have a breakout year next season. Same thing with Duarte. I think he's going to have a good season next season. Hopefully isn't as injury prone as he was this year. Miles Turner going to be coming back. I mean, we got all these pieces coming back. Hopefully we retain Jalen Smith in the offseason. Like I said in previous videos, TJ Warren should be on his way out. And with Banchero on the roster, I think the idea of Halliburton, Duarte, Turner, and Banchero should be a pretty interesting lineup. So hopefully the Pacers can land Banchero. Let me guys know what you think about Banchero. And go Pacers. That's the video. My name is Pacers Empire. And well, peace.